Hello, we're back and we're wondering who will be our next Yokozuna. Stop throw!
Throw the salt, get in the ring. Welcome to the Dohyo.
Hello and welcome back to the Dohyo here on MrJWags channel. We are back. We are doing our mid-2024 sumo rankings. We've already updated the charts of our tiers. We have just shot our who will be our next Ozeki episode, which should have been out before this one. And now we are updating our who will be our next Yokozuna rankings. And as before, I am ranking the next 9 basho or 18 months of sumo. Who is most likely to make Yokozuna over the next year and a half or by the end of 2025? Now, the Yokozuna rankings tend to be a bit shorter than the Ozeki rankings just because there are just fewer plausible wrestlers who could possibly win 2 basho in a row or the equivalent. But of course, we know that's not a hard and fast rule. Check this one out. We've already talked about it. Number 4 on the list, Ozeki Takakeisho. Now, I love Takakeisho, I love the Battle Hamster so much, but if we look at his past year and a half, you cannot say that this is a young, healthy Rikishi who's doing his best work right now. Since January 2023, when Takakeisho won his 3rd Yusho, we have had 8 basho since then. And of those 8 tournaments, he has had 1 Yusho and 5 Kyujo, including his last 3 consecutive basho. One of them was like an 8 and out, so he didn't go Kataban in the middle, but he still had to leave for injury reasons in the last 3 tournaments. Now, we keep forgetting Takakeisho is only 27, about to turn 28, but that is still, should be right in the meat of his peak physically. But it just seems that the miles and the extra weight and this neck injury that has not seemed to go away over the past year are just keeping him down. I would be surprised if he is still in Ozeki 9 basho from now, let alone a Yokozuna. Sorry. Number 3 on the list, Ozeki Hoshoryu, and I think this is going to be a little controversial. Now, I love Hoshoryu, but I think he is currently at his ceiling. I definitely think Hoshoryu is one of our 3 best current sumo wrestlers, but I just don't see him having the consistency to get 2 Yusho in a row. He's topped out at 12 wins, which he's done once. He has exactly 1 Jun Yusho right now, which tells me he's not really contending for these Yusho down the stretch. Mix that in with a smaller than average body and a habit of like 50-50 losses to like Midori Fuji and Ura, and that tells me he is not quite ready. But he is young enough that he could have another step to his physical development, his mental development, and his overall sumo. I mean, being the 3rd best sumo wrestler is really, really awesome. I just see him behind these other 2 over the next 9 tournaments. I still think there's more there for Hoshoryu. Now, Hoshoryu has been doing very well holding his own up in the Sanyaku, especially for a younger, smaller wrestler, but he has lost 5 consecutive matches to current Ozeki Kotonowaka. So I think if he's going to keep losing random matches to mid-Maegashira in the first week, he really needs to get over this Kotonowaka hump. And he is quite a hump. Number 2, Sekiwake Onosato. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't planning on putting Onosato on this list, but then I was looking through all the wrestlers, and he clearly belongs on it, even though he's not even yet an Ozeki. I do not see a world where Onosato stays healthy for the next year and is not an Ozeki. Thus, I could easily see him becoming Ozeki and then having a real great debut, and then possibly launching himself into a Yokozuna belt by the end of 2025. I see this as completely plausible. He's only 24. He has an amazing sumo body. He has already shown brilliant technique. That coupled with the fact he has never ever had a losing record, and that he has just had his best record in the top division of sumo all the way up in the Sanyaku. This tells me he's improving as he's going. Now, Onosato is 0-3 versus Hoshoryu, but in the last tournament, he managed to beat Kotonowaka, and he has gotten a Kinboshi against a healthy Terunofuji. Well, I mean, not healthy, but an available and wrestling Terunofuji. And then if we look down through the rest of the Sanyaku and like the wrestlers we often see in the Joy, he has a 9-0 record against them. That includes Daieisho, Abi, Wakamoto Hadu, Takakeisho, Kirishima, all these guys, he has never lost to them. It is a very, very small sample size, but you can't get better than 9-0. So yeah, if he can go 50-50 against Kotonowaka and then manage to beat Hoshoryu once in a while, I don't know who is going to regularly beat him in 2 years. I feel it is more likely than not that Onosato will be a Yokozuna. The question is, can he do it in the next 9 tournaments? Or can he do it before our next wrestler? Now, other than Takakeisho, we have these 3 wrestlers here, and they're all really good. And in fact, I don't think Takakeisho is going to make Yokozuna in his career, which hurts. But I do think that, if healthy, all of these top 3 will eventually make Yokozuna, if not in the next 9 tournaments. And number 1, and this one surprised me a little bit too, but it's Kotonowaka. Everything seems to be pointing into this being Kotonowaka's moment to make a move. While he is still looking for that first Yusho, I consider that 13-2 playoff loss in January to Terunofuji to be roughly a Yusho equivalent. Remember, Hoshoryu and Onosato have never gotten a 13-2. Ever. That, combined with a great sumo body, continued health, and he's starting to build up his swagger, I say the best chance for us to have a Yokozuna in the next 9 basho, Kotonowaka. Please let me know what you think. Hit me down in the comments. Do you agree with this list? Is there anyone you think has a strong chance to make Yokozuna in the next 9 basho that I did not talk about? Thank you so much for watching us here on the Dohyo. Please, if you have not, like and subscribe. That just tells everyone in the world how much you love the Dohyo, and it just warms my heart, so thank you. Yeah, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the amazing content coming up for the Nagoya Basho, our Boulder predictions, our mid-Basho quick strike, and of course our amazing recaps as well. So everyone, stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and I will see you next time on the Dohyo.